Found
1-0.
ourselves a quarterback.
I just like the sound.
1-0. 1-0.
Run the ball and
1-0.
run it. Run the ball and run it. Run the
1-0.
ball and run it.
Welcome to
Run
the
the ball and run
Bold
it.
Colts.
Run the
1-0.
ball and run it. Run the ball and run it. Run the
1-0.
ball and run it.
Yeah.
Run the ball and run it.
1-0.
Run it. Run the ball and run it.
Yeah.
Run the
1-0.
ball and run
Get
it.
that W. Whoa. From embarrassment to statement. From rags to riches.
Bold Colts.
There was a slow start to begin with, but like a boxer figuring out timing, the Colts respond big time and never look back. I'll tell you what, I'm going to start with special teams. Vinny looked great. Tweak worked. He talked about a tweak earlier in the week. Best looking kicks all year, I'll say. Is he healthy finally? That plant leg working? I don't know, but I'll take it. With swagger and identity coming with a win and quarterback back in play, baby. The ceiling once again looks high for this young team. Colts learned how to win big this year. It could carry them into a crucial game, too, with the Texans. In fact, I got a case on it if any of y'all want to take it.
Ooh.
I'm saying winning streak coming up?
Good question.
This is
I think so.
Jeremy, Ian, and Yo Man Candle on the podcast. Welcome.
Welcome, welcome.
What's going on?
What do you guys think? Winning streak coming up? They look hot today.
They looked hot. If they can continue what they're doing, I think that I think we're on that winning streak right now. We got Brissett back in there. He did his job.
For a sprained MCL, I mean,
Bounce back quick.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bounce back quick.
I think the Colts are definitely primed to take this win in momentum. I mean, 2 losses in a row to some bad teams, and Jacksonville was really a good prove-it moment. You know, they had Nick Foles out there. They had their boy.
Yeah.
And
Been looking forward to that matchup.
I got to be honest, it was a great game where the Colts just dominated.
Yeah,
Great game for the Colts.
100%.
A lot of takeaways from it. But the next few games, you know, they got the Houston Texans this Thursday night. Then they got Tennessee and Tampa Bay.
Finally, some prime time.
So I do see. I mean, they did win versus Houston early in the year.
This
We're
is the
at
crucial
Houston.
time. This defines if you make it to the playoffs or not. It's not at the end of the year right now. It is right now.
No,
Yep.
this stretch is. This is for the win.
Yeah.
This is for that playoff spot.
Well, let's not look too far ahead. Let's see what we learn. First off, the Colts started with 264 rush yards. And
264.
264
that's the 12th highest in team history for the
between
Colts.
how many running backs?
Between 2, which is actually
3.
the only 4th time
Naeem
this has
Hines
ever
had
happened.
some too. So.
Yeah, but I mean, 2 100 yards rushers, Mack with 109, Williams with 116 on the ground.
Yeah.
Williams showing up. He only had 3 snaps before coming into this role where he was plunged in, and he had some awesome juke moves. And
He
had
did
some-
really well.
Yeah.
He showed up.
Oh yeah, Williams. He
Yeah.
had 1 game on the season going into this.
Right.
1 yard.
Right. Yeah, 2
1 yard.
carries, 1 yard. Today he goes 13 for 116. He had a breakaway run in the second half today that was crucial. Kind of like a backbender to the Jaguars at that point. He averaged 8.9 yards today on the day, and he pretty much got us into the red zone and should have had a touchdown, but Naeem Hines gets in there, runs it a few times, and gets into the end zone that game. So
It was satisfying to watch, man. I gotta say,
Yeah.
after all the frustration,
It was great. You
just
know, and
running over people.
yeah, no, and we talked about it on Friday. Those were things that they had to take care of.
Yeah, the run game.
Brissett had to show up,
Mm-hmm.
and the
Yeah.
run game had to happen.
yeah, we needed our playmakers. Yeah,
And that's exactly what happened. And then the defense, as always, they did their job.
yeah.
They were all over that ball.
Oh yeah.
They
all
held
over
They held the
that
Jags
ball.
to 29 rush yards for the game. 29.
29.
Now I was watching that first drive or two of
You
the
know,
game.
Leonard Fournette had 23 of those, I believe.
Yeah, I didn't think that they were gonna I thought the Colts were
Season
looking
low.
like an old Colts team there for a second. We were about to get run over for a second. And credit to them, they stuck up and bounced back.
Eberflus has been
They really have.
doing really well with this defense, this young team, and just developing them. You can see the coaching coming through
Yeah.
later in the season of last season, and then later this season. The longer it gets out there, they just look to be improving and improving.
Yeah.
No, it's like we just learn our little tweaks after a few drives, and ever since then, the defense just shuts them down. It's crazy how good they look.
Oh yeah.
Only time I can compare to like a Colts defense looking this good is straight up back with Peyton Manning. Like, Luck never had a defense like this. It's been like 10 years, 9 years.
I mean, Bob Sanders was
on the roster
last time we had a decent
It was
defense.
09.
And
It was
it
our
wasn't
Super Bowl year. That was the last time
Yeah.
we actually looked anything close to what we
Robert
look right now.
Mathis, Freeney. We had the killer DNs there, and you wouldn't want to play us back then. And it's looking like a great defense again this season.
Yeah.
Okereke, he had that ball hit his leg in special teams, and he gave up the fumble. I mean, it was just a weird bounce, but he makes up for it and gets the interception and returns it to the house 8 yards.
Yeah. Get
Great,
that 2 points.
great awareness, as you were saying when we were watching.
Yeah, he was right there.
Yeah,
He was right there. He knew exactly what was going to happen.
yeah. That takes
No
study. That
questions
takes
asked.
preparation. That takes everything.
Mm-hmm.
He saw it.
Very good job for this rookie. You see him improving
He
every week.
executed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing. You might be able to kind of anticipate, your awareness might be up. You might be that ball hawk, but can you complete it? Can you
Right.
follow through? And
Yeah.
he did all the way to the house.
Marvell Tell, 3 pass deflections, and then Rocky Sin had a pick.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, and that's the cool thing was it was all over the board.
Yeah. Team win.
Everyone on the defense showed up. It was
Cornerback
great.
showed up.
Yeah.
Cornerbacks.
Autry was killing it. I love Autry. He's one of my favorite players on that defensive line, and he's been doing works, man. He's been doing works inside at the defense tackle, so very cool stuff.
Yeah. Looks like Kenny owes Ian a case for
That's
that
right.
Leonard
Yeah.
performance.
Even though we got the
Yeah,
win,
it's okay.
you're right. They were
It's
going to
okay.
destroy him, but
For people who don't know, Kenny
It's no worries.
bet Ian that some White Castle cases.
White Castle Crave case.
that's right. When we go to the game, last game of the season this year, we'll begin White Castle, and he's going to
Keeping
owe
up
me
on the
a
bet.
case.
Why not?
We'll make another bet
Why
soon off, so.
See what happens with that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What do you guys think of Vinny's performance? We got to talk about him.
Oh, yeah, we got to talk about
That
it.
was the cleanest kicks
it
I've
was
seen
yeah.
all
no,
year.
I mean he showed up. He did his job. He, like you said, he tweaked it,
Yeah.
and it was a pretty kick.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't ugly.
Prettiest
like it
kick
has.
all year.
So he's up from that 2003 worst season he had,
Just
kicking
from
the
the one
field
game.
goals
There
for
you
New
go.
England. He's not at a 72% anymore. He's up to a 75%. He's 15
Bingo,
to 20
bango.
field goals. So that's more like it. We want to keep raising that.
This
Hope
roller
we get it to
coaster
80.
goes on.
Let's go to 80. Come on,
Yeah.
Vinny. Do your thing. But very good job kicking the field goal.
No doubt.
Kicking the extra points. Getting all the points he could. Great job all around. 100% today.
I want to talk about the Marcus Johnson catch for a touchdown, too. He caught this thing on a line from Brissett on 4th down. and
Oh, the
goal.
fourth. Yes, the 4th and goal.
You know, I just saw a stat that came out about that. They said that catch probability was the least of any 1-yard catch in the last 3 years. And Marcus Johnson comes up with this
For any
catch.
team?
For any team. In the NFL,
Wow.
1-yard pass.
Jeez.
It was the
One-yard
hardest
pass. The hardest
1-yard
1-yard pass.
in 3 years.
Dude, that talks to
Incredible.
Jacksonville's
And this
defense.
dude caught it.
And
That's incredible.
and the catch and throw.
And it wasn't even like his hands were on it. He like balled it up and grabbed it against his chest. It was smart play with
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
the Jags were being physical.
And Brissett pump faked it to Jonathan Williams, which I thought Jonathan Williams, he was having such a great game. I thought he could have plowed over and
He
got
rocked
it.
the house.
Yeah, I thought he could have plowed over and got it, but pump fakes it. Then there was a guy on him, so I get it. And then he scrambles out to the right, throws it. Marcus Johnson touchdown.
Marcus Johnson can block too.
Yeah, he's blocking downfield. He's
Him
doing
and
really
Pascal. I mean, for
Versatile.
losing some speed with Deion Kane, Marcus
Versatile. They
Johnson
gotta be
pops
versatile.
back and shows why he's valuable. Grab
That
a win
Swiss
here.
Army player.
Well,
Yeah.
the Colts don't need. I think the Colts looked at Dion and were like, he's gonna take a while to develop, and whereas this guy can come in right away and play. And I know the Colts couldn't take a development at receiver right now.
Yeah.
They need someone who can at least play right away and go. So Deion Kane, he will be good in this league. He goes to the Steelers. He will be good, but it's gonna take him a while, to get used to the route tree and that he's on in the playbooks and everything. And yeah, I think Marcus Johnson's doing great for the Colts. I think the Colts look good keeping this guy and throughout the season. And who knows, we got 9 draft picks in the next
We'll
draft.
see.
So
Yeah.
He's working out for now, He's
Colts
doing
have
the
drafted
trick.
a receiver in 2 of the last 3 drafts, I think. It might be in all 3 they've drafted.
Yeah, I mean,
receivers, so.
he's just gonna keep adding depth.
Yeah, and T.Y.'s back, and Funchess will provide. It will come back in a few weeks. So
Yeah. Well, one thing we were talking about last week was getting the running game going, which looked amazing today. But
Yeah.
a couple things you got to set up with that run game that I was talking about last week was, running back screens and the slant patterns. We saw that come in super clutch
Yeah.
Yes,
on a third
good
and
call.
19.
Yeah.
And
We gotta
he
give that
throws
to
a little
Jeremy.
screen pass over to Williams, and here Williams
We're getting
goes for
stuff
like
right, guys.
25.
we're getting
And-
stuff right.
And these are types of things that offset a defense to be as aggressive against your run. You need them to respect this. And then when we came back from half, we threw a slant pattern right off the bat to Johnson. I thought that opened up things for the run game as well. Now when you bring your bunch in set, they have to respect that one-on-one play on the outside. They can't just immediately blitz you.
It's like, weird as this sounds, you almost have to throw the slant and screen in there just so that they can respect it. It's almost it's a very easy play. It's an easy concept. It's been in the NFL forever.
But only
John
smart players
Gruden runs it
fundamentals.
all the time.
Only
You look at these
smart
old school
players get to that
coaches. So I do think,
defensively.
yeah.
You don't stop a screen pass because you're super aggressive. You stop it because you're smart.
Exactly. It's just testing them. They'll always have that in their mind now, and it's a good thing, and it's obviously
You gotta
been
keep
successful.
it in your pocket.
Exactly. And then you set up the difficult
Pull it out
plays
every now
that
and
Frank
then.
Reich loves. He loves these post outs and these, multi, deceptive motion plays from the receivers before the play. And it'll set up those difficult plays by throwing the easy play in there. So throw the easy play in there, get the easy yards they give up. If they're playing simple on defense, you can take advantage of it. And that's what they did.
Marlon Mack fractured his hand after the game or
Yeah.
during the game. And
We got to talk injuries. Yeah,
what do
Marlon Mack.
what do you guys think? How big of a hit is this?
Well, considering the fact that the last time he looked as good as he did today was week 5, I don't know if it's going to be as big of a hit, but he was on a hot streak today.
Yeah.
He was killing it. So I do think ultimately it will kind of hurt our run game a little bit. But with Williams and Wilkins,
Yeah.
Hines,
Mhm.
I mean, we've got some really good options.
Yeah.
Sure.
This
We've got
isn't
some
new,
really good
too, if you
options.
think about it. This isn't new. Marlon Mack was out the beginning of last season.
Yeah, it's
for
not the first time we've
4 or 5
lost him.
games, I believe, and Jordan Wilkins and Naeem Hines as rookies started. So now they have experience.
Right.
They get to show
And
what
the
they've
Col-
learned.
Well, and I mean, we're
Exactly.
not known for having a great run game.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
nothing new for the Colts if we don't have the best run game.
Yeah. I mean, we've been establishing that all season. We've changed our
It's
identity.
gotten better. Yeah, no, the past few years, it's gotten better.
Right.
But before that,
Yeah. Yeah, it was all about passing the ball, getting it out to the receivers.
exactly.
Played some disciplined
Reggie Wayne,
football today.
Ty, yeah, yep, everybody. But this is gonna be. I think this will be a hit, but like you said, it won't be terrible hit. I do think Jordan.
I think we'll bounce back.
Yeah, I do think we have the guys, and one thing that's different
It's not gonna shake
compared to last season is we have this guy, Jonathan Williams. So it'll
explosive game.
Yeah.
exactly.
Let's see him next week.
Yeah.
Primetime
Thursday night.
Yep, short week too. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not going to have too much of a chance here to pull in somebody off the street to replace Mac on a short week. So, I mean, I think you have to roll with what you got. Hopefully Wilkins is back from that little
you
leg
got 3 days.
thing, but
Yeah.
You got 3 days.
That's crazy. And usually they take Monday off. But Frank Reich said that they actually took an extra day after they played Houston the first time and went over on the following Monday. They played Sunday last time versus Houston. The Monday after, they actually kept Houston the topic throughout the building. They practiced for Houston. They made notes about it. So that way on the short week this week, he said that other teams do this, other coaches do this too, but
now you got somewhere to start.
Yeah,
kind of like
so
extra prepared.
Right. So they're starting on step 2 already instead of step 1.
Right. You kind of already did your research.
Exactly. It's
Now
so
you're
smart.
just going through the info.
Yeah, it's really smart on Frank Reich, and
You got your data.
that just shows what kind of coach he is. You know, he's not gonna take anything lightly. He's gonna get an advantage in any way he can. It's really cool stuff.
Now the Colts are sitting pretty at 6-4 and number 1 back in the AFC South.
Number 1. You hear that? Number 1 in the AFC South.
They got a tiebreaker over Kansas City and the Texans.
Good old
for anybody
Indiana.
who tries to fuck with the same record as us. So we just got to get up a game now and start climbing. This is a crucial time, like we talked about. This is where we decide what kind of state we're going to be in for the rest of the season. Do we have a playoff berth or not? Decided these next couple games.
Yeah.
Crucial game versus Houston Thursday. I don't even want to talk about Tennessee yet. We got to focus on this Houston game. But
It's a 3-game streak we got to go on.
yeah. So
Step 1 complete.
if we're
Guess
moving,
what? Thursday 1-0, baby. That's all we got to think about.
Yeah, exactly. So moving on to Houston, this is going to be a tough team. They're 3rd worst in the league. 3rd worst versus the pass. So Jacoby is going to have himself a game. If you remember back to the last game, Jacoby had to throw it a lot. He threw it a lot that game. And we were successful and won the game. It was like 34 points, I believe, we put up in the 30s. And we won. And it was a hell of a win for Brissett. But I think that's going to happen again this week. They have a top 5 against the rush, and we're out Marlon Mack. Yeah,
We're definitely got some work to do.
They're out Javion Clowney and J.J. Watt.
Mm-hmm.
So, they're a different team. They still have good playmakers on defense up front, but we can definitely take advantage on hitch routes, on short routes, and slants, the easy routes. Those are going to be there versus this team.
Nickel and dime.
Exactly. And I think Brissett just will kill it.
All right, yeah. Let's talk about Quentin Nelson, though, before we get too far into this. He lined up another snap at fullback this week, and
The best guard in the league, by the way.
let's talk about that celebration with the keg stand.
That was pretty great. I think that's my new favorite.
All-time
Best
favorite.
celebration by their Colts player so far.
That's cool.
By far.
People who ask, why did they take him out the next play? He was just chugging a whole keg. Come on, man.
Right.
So maybe we're not as humble as I was saying the last time.
But this was such a cool play.
No,
Hey,
that was awesome.
That was
'cause
such
he
a
could do
cool
a
play.
dope
I know we didn't
celebration.
get it, but dude, if he would have reached the ball over, if you watch the replay, he holds the ball close to his chest when he's right there
He
at the
hasn't
line.
perfected the
If he would
fullback
have
position
reached
yet.
it over, he would have got the touchdown. But I do
Yeah.
think he wanted to protect it. He knows, like, if I was a running back, I would always protect this.
I don't think he got a handoff in college.
But dude,
And I think
he's
he
got
went
to
to
get
the
a little
running
lower.
back. He went to the running back coach, and the running back coach was like, "You hold on to that ball, big boy,
Right.
and
That's
no
probably
matter
you
what,
just
you
hold on to
bulldoze
it."
over him, and you get over that goal."
He's got to get a little lower, I think, in his stance next time. He's got to stay low. Oh, classy player of the week. And you know who this goes to. He's getting older and older, but still playing. Adam Vinatieri.
Wow.
He's the man, the GOAT, the legend. Kicking a perfect score. That's my favorite kicker in the NFL. Adam Vinatieri. Good job, Adam.
Yeah,
Revived.
most definitely.
Revived. from the
Ovation!
depths.
Ovation for Adam.
Wow, they really like him.
They love him.
They really like him.
Colts fans like him.
They really like him. When they like him, they like him. When they hate him, they hate him.
Hey,
That's for sure.
Keep it real with them.
just don't retire in the preseason where you might get booed then.
Yeah, just do it the right way.
Man.
That's all I'm gonna say about that, Tovik.
Yeah. Well, this is the first time we've had a point differential in the game. I feel like, this is a huge statement to go so up on a bully team like the Jags, who just get physical, it seems like, on us most of the
Yeah.
time.
Can I throw some things in there about Jacoby Brissett this past game?
Say a couple words about Jacoby Brissett. Please.
Okay, he had a rushing touchdown, 12 yards today, 2 rushing attempts. He had a 62%
Mobile.
completion percentage, 148 yards, 15 for 24.
Not bad.
He did have a pick, but a touchdown. I do think. So here's some stats for you. Him running it today and stuff. We always wondered, how mobile is Brissett? Well, on his 40-yard dash, he ran a 4.92 second 40-yard dash.
What was it?
A 4.92.
Wow.
So,
So he's slow.
yeah.
But he will get there. Dude, he's like Nick Foles slow. If you watch Nick Foles run,
But he's slippery.
dude, he's
He
a
is very
slippery
slippery,
motherfucker.
and he knows
he's
how to-
like a
That's
lizard.
what it is.
He
Dude,
knows how
he
to
needs a
pump
nickname.
fake.
He needs a nickname.
I
to
like
be honest.
Houdini earlier in the year.
Houdini
Some of
was
the people were
good.
calling him.
We'll have to find one for him. We'll bring it on the podcast at some point, but see if it sticks. Yeah, he's got 17 total touchdowns now for the year. He's got 4 picks. He's got a 97.5 rating. That's up. That's his best rating as a
17
quarterback.
touchdowns.
Nice.
I mean, not bad for being out 2 games.
1,700 yards, almost 18. Pretty much, he's got 1,800 yards, 1,797. So, he's doing really good.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. And he's getting those rushing touchdowns. Not many people talk about that, but dude, those
Those are crucial.
are-
It's the
those are
difference
clutch.
between 4
Yeah,
points
no,
and
it-
3.
in the red zone,
That's a quarterback
Oh,
doing what they have
man.
to do to get that touchdown.
dude, it's a different element in the red zone.
Sometimes you can't always get the ball off. Sometimes you don't have a lane for someone to run down. But that quarterback,
If we're not just going to Ebron every
something.
time we get
Yeah,
in the red
they'll
zone,
find a way.
Yeah.
we've been looking pretty good.
Life finds a way.
So the yes. So switching it up and let's talk about Lamar Jackson real quick.
Yeah.
He's been killing it recently and doing some work like Michael Vick, 7-2.
It's Michael Vick. You turn on the TV and you're watching Michael Vick. You're not watching Lamar Jackson.
Which is really cool because I personally did not get a chance to see Michael Vick.
You're watching Michael Vick. That's
Play.
just what I can
Yeah.
tell you. He was like that. Just
He's-
quicker than everyone.
That was
He's my
before you
favorite.
watched.
Dodging
He's my-
everyone. He's the most fun to
He's
watch.
my favorite.
Yeah.
He's my favorite.
It's
He's
Mahomes of
great.
last year. He should be MVP in my book.
He's a killer.
Oh
awesome.
man, after that game versus Deshaun Watson, I mean, dude, they shut down the Texans. I mean, just shut them down, which is going to be good for us watching footage about how to shut them down. But not only did they shut down Deshaun Watson, they threw it all over him, and Lamar just shows you one more element each week of why he's 7-2, why he's doing great in the
8-2.
AFC.
8-2
Yeah.
now.
If Tom Brady and the Patriots had the same schedule as the Baltimore Ravens, I don't know if they'd be 7-2 right now. I mean, this is a great football team.
They're like 9-1 now, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what a game though. Houston coming up, so it's gonna be crucial for us to see what's hurting on their team, how we can beat them. I mean, Jacksonville, we got one more game with. Titans, we got one more game with. And this game, Houston, we got one more game with. We're 3-0. Let's go 6-0, you know? We're making the playoffs if we go 6-0. It's decided.
Without question.
It is
That's
decided.
guaranteed.
It is decided. But yes.
3 more division games. You
It's
know?
getting close.
Yep.
It's getting close.
Yeah.
So,
Coming
Kenny,
up to that
anything you
time
want
of
to
the
bet
year.
on this week?
Oh, man.
Did one of you guys want to bet on the Texans game? Do you guys take the Texans either?
No, I'm taking the Colts, so I can't bet on that.
No, it's always going to be the Colts.
Yeah.
All right.
But I will
It's
bet
always gonna
that
be the Colts.
Darius Leonard will get a sack and a half.
No, because I think he's going to do that.
Yeah, that's a bad bet.
No, you
come
gotta
on.
you gotta get a little.
Come on, give me
outrageous.
some.
Let's find
Yeah.
something. Let's find
I
something.
bet Quentin Nelson scores a touchdown next week.
You bet that?
Oh, I don't
Thinking
know.
about it.
What are you putting on the line?
We'll talk about it next podcast.
Oh, come on.
I'll think about it. I got to sit on that one.
What are you gonna put on the line?
At least a case, maybe 2.
A crave case? We're just gonna keep betting crave cases.
Yeah.
then we'll even up whenever we go.
It's a lot of crave cases.
It's going to be a lot.
Well, when you live far from a White Castle, you need to buy in bulk.
There can never be too much.
I mean, you can buy the frozen ones in the store. Just pop them in the microwave.
Have
We'll
you
just
had-
do the same.
No.
You just freeze 'em.
No. No. We're talking
save
about
'em for later.
cases, bro. Cases.
No, I understand. Crave case. We're gonna have a surplus of crave
Dude,
cases.
if you buy me Walmart White Castle, I would throw it out.
No, I'm saying we're going to have a surplus of crave cases, so we're gonna freeze our surplus. You think you're gonna eat 4, 5, 6 crave cases?
No, but I do think every time I'll go to a White Castle again for the rest of my life, you'll owe me White Castle.
Oh no. This is we pay up at a one time every year.
We'll figure it out,
We
boys.
can do that. We can do
We'll
that.
figure it out.
That
Place
last
your
game,
bets on next
last home game.
podcast.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Maybe the fans can chime in.
Let's
You
talk
know?
about.
Tweet it out.
Let's talk about it.
Tweet it out.
Oh, yeah. Tweet
At
us.
Bold Colts.
Yeah, what you enjoy did.
You
Come on
know?
now.
Throw
Leave
a
a comment.
throw a bet out, and we'll put some crave cases down on it. Get down with the crave case.
Get down.
We'll see.
Anything else you want to talk about?
Well, let's talk about the difference between being good and great with these Colts.
Okay.
You know, I really thought that we needed to come down on disciplined football, offensive strides from last, few weeks. Brian Hoyer has lost 10 straight games now, and any game he plays in with us, I'm just chalking up as an L now.
Scott Tolzien.
We
Scott
were second
Tolzien
in the
out there.
league in negative plays last week, and we had some more, but we were able to dig ourselves out of them this week with Jacoby. And that's the difference in the game. What do you guys think are some things holding us back from being great? Because we see the good and flashes of great
I
consistently
think
with
the
this young
simple
team.
mistakes are kind of what screw us in the end. Penalties, dropped balls, things like that tends to bite us in the ass and kind of
Colts
make
are
or
number
break.
1 in the league in drop balls.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Number 1, that's not a good stat to have.
Still looking for that number
This-
2 wide receiver if anybody wants to try out for the Indianapolis Colts.
Paris Gambles broke
This
his
isn't hot
hand.
potato.
Marlon Max broke his hand.
Everybody's breaking their hand this year.
Collarbone for Funchess and a T.Y. Hilton quad injury.
Injuries are definitely.
So three
Definitely
receivers
an
are out right now. It's hard to judge the receivers right now. Zach Pascal's stepped up and done very well. I think he hasn't dropped many balls at all this season. And he's been,
Pascal's looked great.
yeah, he's done great.
He's fun to watch.
Yeah, definitely. And I think he's better than Chester Rogers and the other receivers for sure. And the more I think Johnson plays, I think he'll get better too. But hopefully we can get some of our star receivers back.
We will eventually.
I really want to see
You know.
Funches, man. I can't wait till he's back. Like,
Yeah.
even if he plays for the last game of
Yeah.
of this season, like, dude, we'll be there, and I hope he's playing.
We haven't had the pleasure.
Oh man, Michigan boy, like,
Just throw it up to him.
ooh,
You gotta hope the
Come
best
on.
for him, and he comes back strong and in groove.
this dude is like a tight end playing receiver. I mean, he's lost weight since he was a tight end in college, but man, does he still play the physicality of like a tight end though?
Beast mode.
Like I'm not gonna slide like Ty. You know, I get Ty.
Try to protect
There's
himself.
those receivers that, yeah, and I'm glad they
Sacrifice
do
his
because we
body.
need them.
Mm.
Yeah,
Plow through it.
Funches is that guy that's gonna be like, dude, I'm not going down until you have to,
You
until
need
you
that.
take me down.
You need that in a wide receiver
oh
these days.
yeah, oh yeah, at least one wide receiver that's like, hey, I'm gonna bully you.
That's what's
Yeah.
gonna get you the extra yardage.
Yeah.
Even if it's just 1 or 2 yards.
Right. I mean, that's a first down sometimes. That's a
Exactly.
touchdown sometimes. So I can't wait to see him play.
Perfect range for a field goal.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be a number of reasons.
We all know what the Ghost can do, but can Funches, this guy who we signed at, I think it was $10 million this one season, can he come in and do
we
work?
can't rely on one receiver.
Yeah.
Not versus the Texans and these other division games we have coming up.
No.
We need somebody back in a big way.
Ebron looked good
Definitely.
though.
And we got to be able to stretch the field.
Yeah.
We've got to be able to connect some long throws over the top.
I think Jacoby had one throw over 40 yards all season.
Only one.
Yeah. So
Well, no one's taken it to the house on a fly route yet,
there's been
Yeah.
once.
or a post route.
Once.
Yeah.
But it's hard to do in the NFL. Don't get me wrong. He threw a deep ball to Pascal today that just hit his hands, and it was a
Right.
great throw. I think he's accurate when he throws it deep.
Yeah.
But
No, Brissett's got an arm on him.
oh, dude,
That thing's a cannon.
dude,
If we can get some guys down
We
there
need some
open,
wide receivers. Yeah.
if we had some
Oh,
speed,
man.
dude, can you imagine him bombing it every
game
play?
over.
Oh, dude,
Because he's got that cannon.
free T.Y. Hill.
When you do see it those few times,
yeah.
Yeah.
boom, just launch that bad boy.
Oh yeah, he can throw it. He can
Yeah.
throw it. So it'll be cool to see Zach Pascal grow and then see Funches and Paris and Ty come back. So.
Well, that sounds good to me. Well, thanks for listening, you guys.
Go
Yeah.
Colts, bold Colts.
Old Colts.
I mean,
Got the W.
We'll have a
1-0.
preview coming up for the Houston a little bit
yeah.
later on in the week before Thursday. So definitely check that out. Again, send us your comments, questions, concerns, whatever. Maybe you want to hear us talk about specific things. You know, send it to us at our email, boldcolts@gmail.com, or you can hit our Twitter line @boldcolts. Check us out, guys.
Yes.
No, thank you for tuning in.
Thanks, guys.
Take it easy.